Okay, so Those Who Wish Me Dead is a brand new movie directed by Taylor Sheridan. It stars Angelina Jolie, Nicholas Hoult, Aidan Gillen, John Bernthal, Tyler Perry for some reason. And it's about this smoke jumper played by Angelina Jolie who's dealing with some traumatizing events from her past. And she encounters this kid who's also dealing with some very traumatic events at this time at the moment. Mainly two people are coming after him, like trying to kill him, essentially. And basically now they must try to figure a way out to survive this and how to, keep each other safe. And basically, basically just don't get killed. That's all I'll say. So when I first heard this, I'm thinking, because, wait a minute, smoke jumpers and a kid? It's basically a more serious version of playing with fire, isn't it? Oh, God. And as far as this movie goes, I remember hearing about it a bit. I heard it was like a Western, and I thought, I thought it was like a literal Western, like with Angelina Jolie, and this kind of makes sense. But no, it's not. It's like a neo-Western, which, it definitely has that feel to it. And it's directed by Taylor Sheridan, who's written a few pretty good movies over the last few years: Sicario, Hell or High Water, Wind River. And this is his second big directorial effort after Wind River. And, those movies I thought were really good at like trying to balance, some very serious subject matter while also trying to be friendlier to audiences, if that makes any sense. And Those Who Wish Me Dead is definitely leaning more towards the audience than it is to, like deeper meanings. It tries to have deeper meanings in it. But I feel a little disappointed by this movie, to be honest. Let's start with what worked. Angelina Jolie is actually really good in this movie. This is one of her better performances within the last few years. I guess she's been mostly stuck with Maleficent, so, as well as directing. And, you sympathize with her, you understand where she's coming from, you understand how she feels, and, there are scenes where, she's interacting with her coworkers, and, you would think, oh, Angelina, she sticks out like a sore thumb in that group. But no, she doesn't. She actually feels like she's one of them. It actually feels genuine, and it's actually very what's the word? Yeah, I'll just go with genuine. Finn Little, who plays the little kid in this movie, he's good. He's better than some of the other actors in this movie. Actually, he's good at dealing with everything that's going on. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like, he definitely gives a good performance in this movie. Also, there are a couple other performances like John Bernthal, he's fine in the movie. But the other performance I think stands out is Medina Senghor. I don't know how to pronounce her name, unfortunately. But I thought she was really good. She did a lot more than I expected her to do. And other than Angelina Jolie, she came off as my favorite character in this movie, so that was pretty good. I really did like the portrayal of, PTSD. Mainly it's with Angelina Jolie throughout the entire movie. And I do think it is very effective in how they portray it. Now let's talk about the things I really didn't like about this movie. The villains. The villains in this movie are awful. Like, they're horribly written. There's no motive. And, in some movies I think that's fine. But here, why? Like, why? It didn't really work for me. They were very flat, very generic. I don't even remember their names. For a while, I thought Aidan Gillen was Ben Mendelsohn for the longest time, but it's like, then I saw his name in the credits, I'm like, oh, Littlefinger from Game of Thrones? That was you? I thought it was someone else. Oh, well. Yeah, they're very flat. There's like at least a couple moments in the movie where it seems like Nicholas Hoult may turn, like, become a good guy, but it's dropped. They literally just forget about it. There are like some instances where he's like, are we going too far? And then it cuts to him like continuing to do all the bad things along with Aidan Gillen, and it's like, nah, I'm good with trying to murder this kid. So yeah, you can't really go back from trying to murder a kid. So yeah, it just didn't really work. Also, for some reason, Tyler Perry appears in this movie in one scene. Like, it feels like a glorified cameo rather than, like, an actual performance, honestly. Like, I don't know why he was there. Like, he literally just flew out from like, all of his productions. I was like, yeah, I'll just do this one scene. At least it did more in Gone Girl, so And also like the fire in this movie. I don't know if I doubt that they used. I feel like it looked very fake to me. I don't know why that bothered me so much, because it looked like it was like deliberately trying to go after them. Like, you know how like in the 90s, like take Twister for instance, it seems like all the Twisters are trying to like follow all the main characters. Yeah, I felt the same way about this movie. Like the fire was literally trying to follow Angelina Jolie at times. Like, it just didn't look good. It kind of made me. I wanted to laugh, but the movie is still pretty serious overall, and it seemed like people were enjoying it in the theater. So that bothered me, and I kind of realized this after the movie, like with his other three main movie with Taylor Sheridan's other three movies, Sicario, Hell or High Water, and Wind River. They were complex situations and they were nuanced, but they at least had enough material in there to make the audience really enjoy those movies. But this movie, it's not subtle. There's no complexity. There's nothing there. And there's nothing bad with trying to impress the audience or anything, but just try to make better characters overall. That's my main issue with this movie. The main villains in this movie are flat for the most part. And, some performances are fine. Again, Angelina Jolie is pretty good. But I just feel like this is a step down for Taylor Sheridan overall. Kind of wish he would go back to, trying to talk about more serious issues and like actually going for it, if you know what I mean. Like going that extra mile instead of just doing the bare minimum. So I'm going to give... Also, why is it called Those Who Wish Me Dead? It doesn't really make any sense, to be honest. Like, it's not even from the kid's perspective. It's from Angelina Jolie's for the most part. So, I don't know. I'll give Those Who Wish Me Dead 2 out of 4 stars. Stream it. So, did you see Those Who Wish Me Dead? What'd you think of it? You can watch it in theaters or on HBO Max right now. Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. This is Pat, and stay safe.